Chris and Helen are both Holding for Healing practitioners. Sorry, Danny. They have over 15 years' experience of supporting others in their personal and spiritual development. They are both incredibly passionate about the role of touch, and I'm sure they're going to talk to you all about the benefits of it here today. The title of their talk is Don't Touch Please, We Are British. Please welcome Chris and Helen to the stage.
Okay, good evening everybody. So my name's Helen Thatcher and I'm here tonight as a professional cuddler and an expert hugger. And I've been working in the field of personal development and spiritual growth for about nearly 20 years now. But particularly now I'm using dance, movement, the law of attraction teachings and touch as ways to really help people feel 100% themselves, to embody their natural self. And I believe that when we're relaxed and feel safe and supported, then our natural self is peace, happiness, joy and love.
And my name's Chris Harris. I'm a counsellor and I'm a facilitator, helping people to resolve various issues. And I too am an expert hugger, professional cuddler, and together we call ourselves Holding for Healing, and a little bit more about that towards the end of the talk. So why are we here? Well, we're here to advocate the benefits of hugging and to inspire you to hug even more than perhaps you're doing already. And partly because we're coming up to January the 21st, and some of you may know that that's International Hugging Day. Very appropriate.
Yeah, it's a very important day of the year. It's the 32nd International World Hugging Day. Yeah.
So go for it. So we are here to advocate those benefits, and you might think, well, why hug? Maybe we hug already, but it's natural. You see little children running around, they're playing, and all of a sudden they'll stop and they'll give their friend a hug, or a sibling or parent, and it's natural, it's kind, and it's spontaneous, and there's an innocence to it. Hugging is free. Not often you can say that in this day and age. It's free, it's easily accessible, you don't need any equipment, and of course it can be very pleasurable. And there are actually huge benefits. There's a lot of research that says hugging has huge benefits on all sorts of different levels, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and for some people even the spiritual. So very briefly, I'm just going to run through the sort, if you like, the major benefits. So in the physical sense, as your body relaxes, your heart rate reduces a little, your blood pressure reduces a little. Mentally, you can really let go of your worries. That's so important. You can gain greater clarity and greater focus. Emotionally, in a hug, you can feel really, really supported, both physically, obviously, but also emotionally, and you can feel that real sense of connection to yourself, to your own body, as well as to somebody else's. And you can also get a sense of a more secure connection with other people. And for some people, they say that spiritually, they actually feel a greater sense of connection, a deeper connection.
So these benefits can be felt for all of you if we do hug more. But I think it would be very foolish to stand up here tonight and to advocate the benefits of hugging without acknowledging that not everybody experiences welcomed, in physical touch. Many of people have, as you talk about, have unsolicited touch, and of course that breeds in our culture can be a sense of fear around touch. And obviously right now the Me Too campaign is massive in our media, and in a way we're saying that it's not good that those things are happening, but it's great that it's coming to light. People are breaking the veil of silence and people are talking about that. And so for us, this is a fantastic opportunity with our work with Holding for Healing to say, let's take responsibility back, as we were saying, 100% responsibility for ourselves, so that all touch that we have in our life is consensual. So that all touch, we're really noticing what our boundaries are, so that everything that we bring into our life is welcomed. And this gives us a huge sense of empowerment. We become very empowered, and we can then enjoy all the benefits that come. And we're going to have an opportunity to do that. Yeah, I'm saying let's go for it. If you want. So that Chris is going to explain what we're going to do now. We're going to have a section of interaction if you want to. But everything that we're going to do will be not sexual, consensual. Although, sorry, when I did try and write consensual, that didn't come up on word checker, so I think it's maybe a word that I've made up. Consensual.
Okay, so for tonight's purposes, we're going to demonstrate with our lovely friend Anne 3 different types of hugs. And after we've demonstrated these 3, I'll give you a little exercise to do. So, the first hug is to hold hands and to just look into each other's faces, into each other's eyes. So there's a physical connection through the hands, but there's actually quite a lot of space between the bodies. The second hug is a heart-to-heart hug. So if you can demonstrate that, please. So it's much more contact just across the chest, but there's a lot of space around there. We sometimes call this one the A-frame. And then the third hug is the full embrace, and obviously that's much closer, and you can feel the, I know, you can feel the love. Okay. So, thank you, ladies. That's a lovely demonstration. I think we could just leave that one there for a bit. And so, our lovely audience, it's over to you. This is the interactive part. And just bearing in mind that, as Helen mentioned a little bit earlier on, this is with agreement. So if you choose not to take part, that's fine, but we hope that some of you will. And what we would like you to do is just to turn to the person either next to you or near to you. If they're agreeable to take part, great. And then choose one of those 3 hugs. So either hand to hand, heart to heart, heart to heart, or the full body. I would say full Monty, but quite right. Full body. Okay.
So I ask you to stand up.
Stand up. Find your hug buddy. 3. And when you've finished, if you'd like to sit down again. Oh, you're looking good. Yeah, lovely hugs. Lovely hugs. When you've had your gorgeous hug with your hug buddy, have a sit down again. Oh, we've got a 3 here. Wonderful.
A threesome. There's a threesome going on at the front.
Wonderful. Well done, everybody. Well done. Well done. Okay, so if you find your seats again.
So being aware of time, can we all do a deep breath like Kirsty recommended? So can we all do a deep breath as Kirsty recommended us to do to come back?
After 3, please, just take a nice deep breath and just bring yourselves back to yourselves. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. And just gently breathe out. Just keep it. Okay, that was really good. Thank you so much. We're now moving into a slightly deeper section.
That looked like fun, and it brings up a lot of excitement and whatever else was going on for you. But I'm going to introduce you to something magical. I'm going to introduce you to the 20-second hug. Some of you already might know about this. So our body is amazing. Our body pumps blood round its system without us having to do anything. Our breath, our lungs, it's working. We do all of this. It's natural. And so if we engage in a hug with somebody for 20 seconds, what naturally happens is oxytocin and serotonin get released from our brain and flood our whole system. And oxytocin is called the love drug. Serotonin is a sense of well-being in your body. And these counteract things like cortisol and stress drugs. So without any effort, and as Chris says, it's free and it's easy. If you are willing, we are going to invite you to have an opportunity to have a natural high. Simply by hugging somebody for 20 seconds. Now we want to try and do this with as much respect and almost with sacredness, because actually when we work with people in Holding for Healing, we do a lot of work that actually is reparenting. It helps people that haven't had touch and nourishment as children. So there's quite a lot of magic and transformation that comes in this work. It's fun and we're advocating hugging, but actually our work that we do has a much deeper meaning. And so very briefly, I know we're running over time, we would love for those of you that wish to have a sense of what it feels like just in 20 seconds, how you can come into your heart, come into your body, come and let everything dissolve. And it is really magical, this 20 seconds. And let the natural oxytocin, serotonin, and all these other hormones go through your body. Because we're advocating safety, boundaries, and consent, we're going to ask anybody that would like to have a 20-second hug to stand up. If you stand up, you are giving your consent. And then we're going to ask that we can do this in as quiet as possible so that you can really feel it. And I think you saw it when Anne and I hugged. You just feel the presence, and this is about presence. And also, I'm just referring to Nigel because his talk was so amazing. We learn how we feel we're getting back in touch with ourselves. So, for those of you that would like to experience this magic of the natural high, when you're ready, we're going to do it all together. Please stand up. And then very gently, trying to keep as non-verbal as possible, turn towards somebody. And it might be somebody behind you, it might be somebody you don't know. And just without talking, when you've all got a partner, more or less, we're going to do it all together. So, you do it, Chris. We're going to begin hugging now. Stop. 10. 19. 20. And we're going to end the hug and just non-verbally give your friend, your new friend maybe, a little nod. Just say thank you with the eyes. And please sit down.
Okay, that actually looked really amazing. I did have a quick look round, even though I was in a hug with Graham. Okay, so just thinking about that experience that you've just had, I'd like you to think of one word that would describe that experience. And from our perspective, if people think, oh, I felt a bit silly or a bit awkward, that's okay. That's a valid experience. It's an authentic experience, and that is just so important. If you felt it was warm or lovely, joyful, whatever those kind of positive words, of course, that's fine. And what I'd like you to do, if you've got that word now in your head, just shout it out. Who's going to be first?
Connected.
Care. Warm. Peaceful. Safe. Peaceful.
Scrummy.
Fantastic.
Artificial. Decompression.
Oh.
Release. Letting go.
Better way of meeting people than shaking hands.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we honour all of you, whether you stood up and took part or whether you chose just to sit down, that's fine.
So thank you so much. We are coming to the end now, but can you just see how just in that short 20 seconds, what an impact it can have on your whole system. And so if you'd like to do more hugging or find out more about what we do, Chris and I do one-to-one work, and we've also got a workshop that's coming up on the 11th of February, which is in Hove, where we're going to explore boundary setting more and also have this opportunity to go deeper into this work. And but most importantly, be inspired. Be inspired to hug more, your friends, your family, even people you don't know, maybe with consent, on International World Hugging Day, which is
21st of January.
Which is this Sunday. So, yeah, thank you so much.